Hello again, everyone. It's I, Ken Levitsky. We're still doing the DC FanDome reactions. Coming up next is The Suicide Squad. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. It's one of the longest panels of the day at a half hour. The whole reaction video you see right now will not be a half hour. I'm going to clip it and cut it down, kind of like I did with the Wonder Woman 1984 episode. But I'm really looking forward to this because I love James Gunn. The guy's amazing. I've been a fan of his even before he did Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm really excited to see how he brings his unique voice to characters from the DC universe. And I think today we're going to get a really good look at that, possibly a trailer maybe even. So I'm very excited about this. It's coming up next though. There's a little cosplay clip thing going on here. But yeah, we're gonna head on into that in a minute here. Here we go. Yes. Never before seen content.
This is amazing. I'm so excited to be here at DC FanDome with all the amazing DC fans. As many of you know, The Suicide Squad is by far the most fun I've ever had making a movie. I am still working hard on it.
That's crazy because he had a lot of fun with Guardians.
We're having a great time creating something incredibly special for people. I read John Ostrander's original run of Suicide Squad, so I remember reading the very first issue of that run and falling in love with the concept, with the characters. I loved the movie The Dirty Dozen that came out back in the 60s, and this was like a super villain version of The Dirty Dozen. And I loved the character of Amanda Waller, who was so different for the time, in terms of being such a strong woman, but not kind of an anti-hero, but kind of bad, kind of good.
James Gunn definitely gets the characters if he's been reading them since #1.
And I just thought she was so cool.
No wonder he had so much fun with the movie. I mean, if you've been reading it before you were even a filmmaker, then of course you're gonna just love digging into that.
Which DC character were you most excited to write about for the Suicide Squad movie, and why?
Meisha. I think the character that I was the most excited to write for was Harley Quinn. I've loved this character.
Interesting.
Ever since Paul Dini first put her in animated shows. I think that there's a sort of chaotic trickster god nature to her, where she's just always going off in random directions. And as a writer, that's a really
feel like this will be the best Margot Robbie ever looks as Harley Quinn right here in the Suicide Squad. I think James Gunn's going to really get that character and really going to bring her to life in the best way possible.
You've heard a lot of the actors that are in this movie.
Here we go.
You know who they're playing. Maybe you have some good guesses.
Who is the cast playing?
We'll have to see, but here it is.
The setup is just like the Wonder Woman 1984 here, with the big stage. Oh, this is neat. Viola Davis, Amanda Waller, Joel Kinnaman, Rick Flag. That's Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker is Savant. Lua Bork is Javelin. Margot Robbie is Harley. Harley looks awesome in this. Polka Dot Man. Ratcatcher. What a weird group of villains. Oh, Idris Elba is Bloodsport. King Shark's in this? I didn't even know King Shark was in this. Thinker, nice. Alice Braga, yeah, she's in here. Hard to make out some of the names. They keep flashing the names and you can't really tell. Blackguard, Pete Davidson. Nathan Fillion. Talk. Sean Gunn is Weasel. Jay Courtney is back. Yeah, nice. I feel like he's gonna have a smaller role in this. John Cena. I totally forgot Cena was in it. Peacemaker. That's a solid cast. That's a huge cast. Holy crap, that's a huge cast.
Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang.
Jai Courtney.
Michael Rooker, unfortunately, is Savant.
Unfortunately, Rooker's the man.
Lucy Braga as Soul Saria.
Oh, Sorceria, that's what it said. That's a crazy huge cast.
Are you excited to be a part of DC FanDome?
We're excited. This is going to be great. Thanks, Scott. Thanks.
Guess they're playing a game right now. We got two team captains, Viola Davis, Joel Kinnaman.
My girl, Harley Quinn.
Interesting.
All right.
Yay.
I will take Savant.
Oh, good for you. What a bad
That is a bad pick. That is. And you guys have scenes together too. I can't believe you made that mistake.
You did a big mistake.
I love Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker's awesome.
There's only one left.
It feels like high school again.
Did someone?
It totally feels like high school.
This is one of those
Yeah,
right?
I think
Feels like high school again, the last to be chosen.
Harley Quinn and Peacemaker.
Boom! Yes! Correct!
I mean, this whole game thing doesn't really have anything to do with the movie, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch because they all have great chemistry. Like, their interactions are hilarious. They're awesome.
That's always your answer when something goes wrong.
It's a little chaotic. There's a lot of people talking, a lot of cutting in and out.
Savant.
It's doing the Zoom thing. It's doing the Zoom thing.
What is the government's
Which team member would you sacrifice first?
correct answer?
Yeah.
You are you serious?
Rooker.
Is that what you said? What's the answer?
Who would you sacrifice first? Rooker.
I'm gonna go with Savant because he's played by Michael Rooker, and if anyone here has ever had to spend a day working with Michael Rooker, I think they'd probably have the same answer.
You know what? People are always like that. They always want to get rid of.
Don't be mean to Rooker.
This one for you give away the point. You can't give away your point, dude.
Why not? I give away snacks at lunch. Have my point.
Hey.
Even on your team?
Yeah, Fluto's on my team.
What are we doing right now? What's happening? You keep complaining.
He's not on our team. Oh, never mind.
You're on Viola's
He's
team.
not on.
Wait, I'm not on Rooker's team?
I thought you were on my team too.
Oh.
You're not on my team.
Okay. Wait. We have another special.
I want a
guest.
Michael
Why don't
Rooker
we do the
Flula
other question?
sitcom
So now,
to go on forever.
If given a chance, which superhero would your character like to take down?
It's not about taking anybody down. It's about trying to bring yourself up. You know, spread some positive vibes.
Cena for president after that answer. I'm going to vote for Sean. That's it.
Which new addition to the squad was the biggest surprise? I have a little something special in store for you.
James gonna have something special.
You guys
in store.
right now, and everybody out there
Trailer?
in the DC FanDome universe
Trailer.
are going to be the
Trailer.
first to see a little behind-the-scenes action from the Suicide.
Behind the scenes. That's interesting.
I think it's going to surprise people. You kind of sit there and go, how did they do that?
It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
Oh, I love the way Harley looks in this. Such a good costume.
Then James Gunn.
I was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with the brilliance of James Gunn's characters and comedy.
we need your director to set the vibe.
Visuals look amazing.
Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty. Within most of them. Some of them are just
Weasel.
crappy through and through.
Douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost. No
John
matter
Cena
how many
looks
people
ridiculous in
he
that
can
helmet.
kill along the way.
Okay, I got it. Don't ever settle back like you think you know where this is going, because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense about what's about to happen next, James comes in.
This looks nuts.
Everyone's exploding. Janitors, heads, arms, legs.
Genitals.
It's like a big, massive graphic novel brought to life.
This is my
far the biggest movie I've ever made.
I don't think that you know what to expect.
Holy crap.
To attach. This has been truly the greatest, most exciting journey of my life making this film.
Jeez, this looks amazing. This looks amazing. I sure hope no one from Marvel was watching today's panel, because they'd be like, James, come on. Best cast you've ever worked with? Best movie you've ever worked on? Like, come on, what about us?
Anyway, I can't wait for everybody to see The Suicide Squad in theaters all the way in August 6th, 2021. We're still working on it, but man, I am so excited for everybody to see it.
August 6th, almost a year away still. Wow, I thought it was a lot closer than that. That was cool. That was cool. I mean, the whole game thing was fun. It was a nice little interaction between the whole cast and everything. The panel probably could have been 10 minutes shorter, just because that was so much. There was a lot going on there. But lots of fun. I didn't really have a lot to talk about, so this will be a lot shorter than a half hour, because I mean I can't really comment on them just answering questions in a trivia game. I will say though that the cast, it's a huge cast. It's easily twice, maybe even more so, larger than the cast from Suicide Squad. Huge cast, but they all look great. They seem like they're having a lot of fun. That little behind the scenes clip looked amazing. The costumes are great. The stunts look great. Everything looks so awesome. And again, I can't get over how amazing Harley Quinn looks in this. Best costume for her, hands down, yet. I mean, Birds of Prey, if you've seen my review on that with Chris over at the Camcast, you'll see that was kind of disappointing for us. Suicide Squad, well, it is fun. It's not a perfect film, and she was very sexualized in that. This looks like the perfect outfit for Harley Quinn, and it looks great. I cannot wait for August of 2021 to check this out. Hopefully on a big screen by then. I mean, things got to be normal a year from now, right? So, very cool. So yeah, let me know down below what you thought of this Suicide Squad panel, if you checked it out. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. You can check us out on I'm watching this friggin' Wonder Woman thing going on right now without sounds. It's catching my attention. You can catch us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I gotta just stop looking at this for a moment. YouTube, that's where the Camcast is, Chris and I. You can also listen to the podcast on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and geekpantsmedia.com. There it is. I'm going to have more of these reaction things going on throughout the day. We got a few more things coming up still. The Batman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I'm so stoked for. So yeah, I will be back with more of this stuff. But until then, thank you for stopping by. I will see you soon.